Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me again. So today I am going to do a decor video, kind of like a DIY. I showed in one of my last Dollar Tree hauls a calendar that I picked up. It was called French Garden and it was for 2015. It looks like this. And I had mentioned that I was going to not use it as a calendar and that I was actually going to cut it up and make some wall art for my home. And I actually had a request from someone to kind of show what some of my ideas were. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today. The first thing that I did was, it's already cut up so you can kind of see that, but at the top here you can see there were staples. I think this is kind of where you can see it the best maybe. And the very first thing that I did was I just removed the staples, and then you're basically left with what would be 2 pages of a calendar, and they're connected. So I used my craft cutter. Really simple. This is such a great tool. You can put whatever you want in it and it actually expands so it gets larger, so you can use it for lots of different things. You just slide it in here. You push this down, you've got like your ruler and all kinds of different measurements, so you can measure everything, and then you basically just hold it in place and you just cut so you get nice, straight, clean lines. The blades are replaceable. I got this a few years ago from either AC Moore or Michaels. That's where you can get them. I highly suggest waiting till they have a coupon or a sale for 40 or 50% off, and then you can get this or something like it for a really reasonable price. But that was a side note, but this is just a great tool to have for crafting at home. And then after I cut all of the pages in half using my craft cutter, so I have like this. Basically what they looked like before, it would have been like, kind of like this. You would have had, well, like this, I guess. You would have had 2 pages, and see they have the calendar part on the back. But anyhow, I just went through and I cut them all down to just the individual images like this. So I just have a stack of those, and I kind of felt that was the easiest way to lay them out and to see what I had to work with. And then from there I just kind of chose some of my favorite images and some frames. I have actually quite a few frames here. I have one like this that I'm going to be using, and I'll show you the picture that I have for this. I will try to show you guys at some point an after picture of this, but this is from IKEA. Most of my frames are from IKEA. I really like them. They're pretty affordable, and most of the smaller ones are, $3, $4, $5, which I think is great. And they're kind of trendy, and they have some really neat things sometimes. They only had this in pink, which matches nothing. So I will be spray painting this. I think gold. I think I'm going to go with gold. My other thought was white, but I think I'm going to go with gold. And then I actually have this image here cut out that I will be placing in here after I have it finished. But so this is one of the frames that I'm using. And then here's just a couple other options that I already had around my house that I picked up previously at IKEA. I have just a big square one, and this one looks like it's kind of an odd size. 7 3/4 by 9 3/4 matted. No, non-matted. And then if you use the mat, it's 4 3/4 and by 6 3/4. So that's a little bit of an off size, but it's actually not such a bad thing. I found sometimes that these off sizes from IKEA actually do fit some more unusual things that I found and put in frames. And then I also have this one, which this is just like a composite plastic, but it's really cute. I love the ornate detail. I'm not sure what I'm actually going to end up doing with this one. This one didn't really work for me personally for what I wanted to do with this project. I couldn't get a picture to center exactly how I wanted it to, but I just wanted to give you an idea of some of like the themes or the styles that I like and would pair with these images. So this was another option. And then here is one that I actually did complete, and it hangs, if you can see, right back there on that wall. That's where it will be hanging. But this frame I actually got on clearance. I believe a year or two ago from JCPenney's. I think it was like $4 or $5. It's really, really pretty, and I just haven't had anything to put in it. And so this was the image that I chose to cut out from the calendar. It fit really well in here. I like that you have a little bit of the floral and the butterfly and some of the writing that's still in it, but I thought this fit really nicely, and this was one of my favorite images from the calendar. So I put that one in here. And then also what I did, you can see here on the back of the calendar, they have the thumbnails that show you all the images within the calendar, so when you're buying it you can see what the pictures are for the different months. So I thought those were really cute, and I actually cut out a couple of those and used them in these really cute little frames that I picked up at AC Moore. So here's one. That's the bird in the bird cage with the flowers. I really like that one. And then this is the other one. And again, I picked this frame up also at AC Moore. And here's another one of the thumbnails. I thought those were really cute, and that was a great way to use those in those little accent frames. And I did cut out some other images. I don't have a frame for this one yet. This actually might fit in my larger frame that I just showed you, but I haven't given it a try yet. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it. And again, these were just some kind of like leftovers from trimming, but I'm going to hang on to them because I think they might be really neat for, other projects in the future that I may do. And also, too, with doing these as, like, wall art, you could also do something like remove the glass frame from whatever size frame you're going to use, but remove the glass from the frame, and you could actually embellish whatever picture you choose. You could add rhinestones or glitter, however you want, and then you just put it in the frame and don't put the glass back in, so it almost kind of has a 3D effect. That can be really neat. I do have a couple of DIY type things that I've done in my house like that. For this, that wasn't really what I wanted to do, but that's just an idea that I wanted to give you guys for something that you might be able to do with the calendar if that's more up your alley or something that you were looking to do. I think that pretty much concludes what I wanted to share with you as far as that's concerned. I hope you liked my ideas, and I hope that maybe gives you some of your own to try and do some fun things with the calendar. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.